Hello, my friends. Welcome, welcome. And see people popping on. Here we are in the last official Monday of summer, and I realized that I'm wearing white. There must have been something unconscious where I was hearing my mother saying, you can't wear white now in a few days. So I'm going, all right, I'm going to wear white. Oh my goodness, all of the things that we learn from society about how to be. Well, in our group, not only are we really moving from fear to love through presence, we're really developing our ability to connect deeply, connect deeply with ourselves, to connect deeply with others. And I was playing this morning with, what should we practice? And so here's the first thing that occurred to me is that loop of awareness is shifting your attention. That's it. Its very basis is that you're able to choose where you put your attention. And I think that's an incredibly valuable skill that everybody needs today, that you can choose. And so just the practice itself is going to facilitate you choosing and having more of a chance to choose rather than being at the effect of what's drawing your attention unconsciously. And so I thought what might be fun is to, when you shift your attention, you also shift your posture in some way. So let's just play with that. So first, turn your attention to you. And you might turn your attention any place that feels maybe a little flat, or maybe you don't even feel it. So, because when I first started working with people, I would say, give your attention to yourself and notice what's going on. And the thing that people would say is, I don't notice anything, or there's nothing going on. Or when I give attention to me, it's just blah. So when you give attention to you, notice where your attention goes. And when it lands someplace, just shift your attention in some way. Shift your posture, could be big or little. So you're shifting your attention and you're also shifting your posture. It doesn't have to be a big thing. And then turn your attention outward. And when it lands, I got this lovely plant in this room that when I land on it, it makes me want to go, ah. And so I'm combining my shifting my attention with my shifting my posture. So let yourself just play with that. First, shifting it outward, could be close by or it could be further out. And then shift your posture in some way. I notice that also shifts my breath, and then go the other direction. So shifting it to someplace in your body, and then let your attention shift your posture. And notice when you shift your posture, then what happens to the attention that you're giving to that part of you. Now, all of this is to also include whole body noticing, because we tend to go so heady and people shift up into their heads to evaluate, to judge, to say, well, did I do it long enough? Or, oh, that wasn't the right place, or all of that stuff that our heads do to kind of keep track of. So let this be attention, shift body, shift attention, shift body. It could be as simple as elongating or shrinking. Yeah, so I notice a lot of you are getting just more movement going, which is a great outcome. It's more little movement. Oh, and I was noticing that as we've been doing this whole thing, my toes have been up. And so, so as I was giving attention to me, I just noticed, oh, my toes are up. And so I'm going to let them wiggle and bounce on the floor. And I noticed also that I was tending to shift in this dimension. So I'm shifting out this way, and then I'm shifting in this way. So what if you went out to the sides of you? You let your attention go out to the side. So you're not actually seeing necessarily, you're feeling, letting your attention and then letting your body shift, and then maybe letting your attention go the other direction, letting your body shift. And then we so neglect the backs of us. So we sort of get rear-ended by life a lot because we're not giving attention to what's going on in our backs. So notice when you give your attention to your back, where in your back is asking for attention? Like I have today it's the area that's just above my waist. And it's sort of the juncture place where I start coming into my sacrum. And right there, it's just feeling like, please give me a little attention. And so I can feel it's also like it's a little squishy in there. So my body wants to kind of expand outward. Yeah, so the shifting and shifting your posture. Now, as you're doing that, I also notice that most people, when they lose their attention, lose the rhythm. So I'd like you to give some noticing to what's the most delicious rhythm for shifting your attention. So we can try on some different rhythms too. So there would be the, sort of the marching rhythm where you're going out and then in and then out and then in. But you could slow it down. It could be out and then in. So it's more, yes, more leisurely, but it could be marchy. What happens when you let your attention go out and then in and then out and then in? And I notice when I do that I hold my breath. So that's not a good rhythm for me. And I think part of the reason that people use marching to gather people and to have them lose their own autonomy is that you get involved in the rhythm and you don't give any attention to yourself. So we can send you off into war marching. So to shift that, how about a waltz rhythm where you go out and pause and then back and pause and out and pause and in and pause. And you can add that to just letting your posture shift also as you're playing with these rhythms. The waltz rhythm is one of my favorites because when I can just pause and then release in the other direction, and then I pause and release in the other direction. It has a kind of swoopy for me. Because we also tend to think of attention as being more linear, visual and linear. But what if it could be soft and swirly? So let yourself play with what are some other rhythms there could be. As a kid, I used to go down in the basement and put on music and do polka. I loved the polka. And so to me, the polka is also kind of like ska. For those of you who know ska, the thing about ska is that it has an up. There's an up to it. Whereas like, African rhythms go down. So you could play with those also. Does the rhythm take you more down or more up? And both of them can be incredibly valuable. So letting yourself play with the rhythm that allows you to both shift your attention, but also to occupy all of that great space that you have inside. Yeah, and it can take you up. I can feel it wanting to sort of take me up into standing for a moment. So when you're shifting your attention, you can also let that be combined with some love scoops. So you could shift your attention and then do some love scoops any place in your body that wants that. And love scoops can also be, it can be breaststroke. Doesn't have to be scooping this way. You could scoop this way. So what we're doing is playing with all kinds of different rhythms and letting those rhythms then change our posture. So one of the other things that I find is that the swirly rhythm could, some people might take that into the tango, it could be, that just swirly. You can make your own TikTok here. So letting yourself play with bringing those together. And that's a practice that you can play with during the week of shifting your attention, letting your posture change, finding what's the rhythm that feels the most delicious to me today. You don't have to do all of them. I'm giving you a sampler today. So of all of those rhythms that we've tried on today, let yourself land for a couple of minutes on the one that feels most delicious to you. So to me, it's a kind of a combination of swirling, that kind of rhythm, and the waltz rhythm where I have a little pause and then sinking and a little pause and then sinking. So let yourself play with that. Beautiful. And then you can add in an intention to go with your attention. One of my favorites is curious, simply being curious. And that is a great way to add in. So if you'd like to add in a little to your movements. And what I'm noticing just from our minutes of practice this morning is that I feel more of this in my body. And notice if for you, if there's any more like flow, any more ease that's opened up. Notice if there are any other places in you or around you that are calling for your attention. I have one of my girls, I've got Allie in here on the floor. She likes to be in here when we're gathering to just experience the flow of love and attention. And I also would love to take a minute to have us give attention to each other. And particularly if you want a particular kind of attention directed at you, would you write it in the chat? Would you just put it in the chat? And Michelle, you can let us know if there are any intentions. So what I want to suggest is that you practice your and you connect with somebody, you're just getting curious about them, and you change your body posture when you've connected, just in some way. And then you bring attention back to you, do a little love scoop back to you. And then you notice somebody else, maybe somebody that you haven't seen before, somebody whose face is new to you, or somebody whose name here is new to you, and you connect with curiosity. And then you let your posture change. And then you come back to you, and you can come back to you in a new way. Letting your posture change. And then pick another person. Do we have any?
Yeah, we have some coming in here.
Yeah, great.
So Abby said an attention of calm.
Calm. Beautiful.
And Stephen said eye contact. Might want to combo some of these.
Yes.
And Margie, lower back.
So lower back.
Calm and eye contact and lower back.
Beautiful. So
yeah,
those of you who are interested, you can combine those two. Abby, you're going to need to keep changing your posture because you're going to be getting a lot of attention here. And the energy of calm, for me, comes with being with. Calm comes with just being with. And that's really the heart of what we're up to. So thank you for asking for that. And my intention as we continue with this is to combine attention and intention. Oh, look at how lively people are. I love this. Beautiful. And somebody asked me, are we going to do loops and scoops next week because it's Labor Day? And I said, yes. So I intend to. So have a wonderful week, and please keep finding your rhythm and letting that revise you and revive you. Mwah. Bye now.
Thank you, Katie.
Thank you,
Thank
Katie.
you.
Everyone.